This is just a quick little rig rundown for anyone who's interested. It's 11 at night here, so no sound samples, but these days I'm mainly playing this Revelator Telecaster. However, sometimes I'll be playing a Gibson 335 or SG. It's always going into this Princeton reverb. Nothing special about it, it's just painted differently. Um, and I've been lately working on putting together a live pedal board that implements MIDI, which is something that I have never seen a use for. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that having one click sound change options is actually going to benefit my performing. For the longest time, I've used pedals and really gotten to know them in and out so that I can make adjustments on the fly. And I still do that, especially with something like the Flint, which is on every board I ever use. But yeah, it's gotten to the point where I really want to have simplicity in the rig. So down here we have got the Origin Effects DCX Boost. It is either an EQ or an overdrive. This has one of the greatest lead tones I've ever heard. If you put the drive all the way up, put it on overdrive mode, adjust this to the sound person's taste, and then put the low frequencies boosted. It's actually an incredible sound, but it also works great as an overdrive or an always-on kind of crunchy sound a la the Deco. Then we've got the Beatronics Vespa. This is fast becoming one of my favorite fuzzes. I generally go for a big muff kind of sound. This is not that. However, what it is a small fuzz pedal. It's supposed to be a gated fuzz, but I leave the gate all the way open, and I've found that if you just adjust the volume on your guitar, you'll get the gated effect anyways. So with the flick of a guitar knob, I can make it a gated fuzz. Otherwise, it stays normal. But it's also got this momentary thing where if I hold down on the pedal, it'll turn on, and then when I let go, it turns off. Or if I have it turned on and I'm playing, whenever I hold on to it, it'll switch over to the second side momentarily, and then when I let go, it'll go back to this side. Now this second side here is an octave fuzz, so for particularly screechy stabs, I can hold on to that. Otherwise, it's in this main setting. So that's a 3-in-1 fuzz for me right there. A+ functionality, plus it's small and it sounds incredible. From there, it goes to a recent birthday gift from my incredibly kind, soon-to-be in-laws. This is the Line 6 HX1. It's got 250 effects in it. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I am very distrustful of multi-effects pedals, but this thing sounds great. And my favorite delays in the world actually come from my Line 6 DL4. This gives me all of those. One of my favorite pedals of all time is actually the Line 6 Echo Park, and this has, again, everything in the Echo Park. So this pedal is going to be getting a lot of use. Now, from there, it goes into the Meris LVX. This itself was also a very kind Christmas gift from my fiance. She got it from a friend of ours who runs a music shop. It was his personal unit, and it was heavily discounted. And it was a bit of a chance, I wasn't sure how I was going to respond to this, but it is way easier to use than it seems. And this has so many different delay sounds on it, but it's more than just a delay pedal. I prefer the normal delay sounds of the HX1, but this gives me everything from the experimental to the cinematic, even to things that are not really delays. You can get reverb on here, you can get tremolo on here, you can get copies of a lot of different sounds, and as you can see, you get a lot of options. So this thing can give me everything from Strymon timeline sounds to swells that have a sub-octave in them, glitchy kind of sounds, and that is just an incredible tool. From there it goes to the Flint, my number one pedal. 3 different reverbs, 3 different trems. And down here I've got a mini expression pedal that is hooked up to the LVX only. All expression settings are taken care of with the second option on this line 6 pedal. It's something called the flux. You can use it to either ramp up to an alternate setting within your preset, or if you click the ramp to 0, it just kind of switches really quickly. So for example, I could have like some sort of low gain sound, and then if there's no ramp, when I click that, it'll go immediately to a solo sound. So this is 2-in-1 there. This just gives me a lot more control over the parameters in here. And both of these are MIDI configured to run through this. So right now I've got a bunch of my line 6 things. So if I click this, it goes to the retro reel setting. That's sort of like a gen loss. If I click this, it goes to a fuzz. Here it goes to a phaser, a full reverse delay, so on and so forth, harmonic tremolo. That's a Memory Man clone. And then as I go through my banks, I've just got them basically set up to be different things. That's a looper. These are trippy sounds. I've got a swell, delays that are in fifths. This sounds like Tom York's The Eraser. This sounds like lo-fi strings. So this allows me to just sort of change through as many banks as I could conceivably need. I have one for one of the bands that I play with, Caitlin Gemma, another for my band, Delving. And what's cool too that I really like is I can click this and make this into a volume pedal. So I have access to a mute whenever I want. And then also I've configured it so when I hold this, it activates the tuner on there. So this is just on a Pedal Train Classic Junior. It's small, it's incredibly light. Oh yeah, and I've got this right here, which just kind of holds my extra picks if I need them. But this feels really good. Like I said, everything on here is just gonna stay. The only thing that'll really switch out is these to taste. And even then, maybe only this, But it's light, it's very functional. For someone who doesn't really like MIDI, it's very easy. And most importantly, sounds and feels great.